take us through your impressions of the 90 plus 5 minutes?
Yeah, good evening, gents. Obviously, the start of the game wasn't what we were looking for. To give away a goal so early in the game was only just going to give fuel to the opposition and make the hill a bit higher to climb. But we had at that time we had, I think, about 75 minutes at least, 80 minutes maybe left to play. So if we'd have kept our cool and we'd have played properly, we would have had plenty of time to get back. But we didn't, and I think I can just fast forward very quickly through the whole of the first half where we didn't play with enough quality. Whenever we showed a little bit of quality it allowed us to get some sort of pattern of movement. But while the ball was keep being turned over all the time and bad first touches and inaccurate passes, we were just really defending on transition, and our attacks lacked the quality that we needed. So I changed to a back three, pushed the wing backs in very, very high, asked for an aggressive back line, and I thought it was better in the beginning of the second half. But as we're chasing the result, you have to make other changes, bringing on more offensive players. Kaizer got a bad knock and we had to change him. That was unfortunate because he was doing well. And then we just chasing the game, and without that real quality, we train very hard on our movement in the last third. But if you don't have the ball under control and your possession is not secure, then you won't be able to time any movements, and that's what was happening. So it comes back down to really just getting the ball wide, crossing or picking up little bits and pieces off the front players and set plays. But having said that, we probably could have sneaked a goal on a couple of set plays, but it wasn't to be. So we have to go and lick our wounds and sharpen our swords and prepare for the next one.
Thank you, Coach. We're going straight to members of the media. Sharp, straight to the point. Sobru, will start with you. Karabo, be ready, and front runner, be ready.
Thank you very much, Bravina. Coach, hard luck. Coach, I think the issue is about the scoring boots. Because if you can look at the top goal scorer Chiefs, it's Kama and Keegan, and they're at 6 goals. Are you going to work on that now?
Yeah,
going forward.
Yeah, look, we work on it all the time. To be fair, we work on it all the time. But as I say, the actual act of finishing, you're not going to get if you don't have quality in your play in and around the box. That's the issue. I don't think we created enough tonight. Earlier we've created chances and maybe missed them, but tonight I didn't think we created enough. We weren't smart enough around the box, and it's difficult to do that if you've not got the ball under control. So if you're taking a bad first touch, then you're not being able to put the ball down so that you can get eye contact with people. So yeah, we will. To answer your question, yes, we will. We work on it all the time, and it is something that we've got to remedy. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to sustain a top class performance.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to what was the cue? Was Karabo?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Tatevina. Coach, like the result, Coach, I mean, first and foremost, you put on a gallant performance up against the Royal Pirates, and then you get this type of performance. How disappointing is that for you? And secondly, Coach, I saw you brought in ball players, proper ball players in Nobo as well as Khatebe. And then, Jesus Christ, I don't know what happened. I mean, the team was playing long balls, and that obviously eliminated them. What was the planning there? Why would you bring in ball players and then the team started to play long balls? Thank you.
So was the question the end or the beginning with the Pirates and what was the actual question there?
All right. the first question is, how disappointed are you that, after a big result up against Pirates and then you put in this kind of a performance and then
let me answer that one first. Yeah, of course, everybody's really disappointed because the sort of performance we put in lacked quality, and the sort of performance we had against Pirates was with quality. So of course, everybody's disappointed. There are lots of reasons. So I think the second part of your question was, you bring in ball players and you still play long. Well, that's something that confidence on the field dictates a little bit. The idea with bringing them in was not to play long. The idea was to get balls into the pockets and play them off the front players. So of course we don't say let's put on a ball player and smash the ball 50 metres. That happens if you're lacking confidence, and that's the question I have. Why don't we show the quality that we have in the team? Why take that option?
Thank you, Coach. Karawi, you said there was another question.
No, he answered it. He answered
okay.
In terms of he wanted.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, KB. Let's go to front runner and TT. You'll be next.
Thank you, Vina. Evening, Coach. Evening, everyone. Fidel from front runner. Coach, you hardly change your centre backs. They are seen as wasteful subs unless they are injured. Why do you think happened to your centre back pairing or defence today that you had to make such a sub? Thank you.
Yeah. No, I thought the back four, as it was in the first half, it was totally out of sync. I don't know. I'll have to look at the video of the game before I'll give you any more sweeping criticisms of the game. But we were not brave enough in terms of setting our line. We weren't well timed well synchronized in when we should drop and shifting to get our distances right. I think maybe the confidence took a smack when we give away a bad goal, and then also it affects us when we're on the ball and we don't play positively. When we lose so many balls, I don't mean the rest of the team. I mean from the back four. When we play so negatively, it sort of sets a tone, and I just thought we'd got to do something. And I don't usually, as you say, want to change centre-backs because usually that's not where the problem lies. But tonight it did lie at the back, especially in the first half. The second half was a lot more aggressive with the back line of three instead of four. But as I say, it became tactically a lot messier because we have to keep pushing, and we open up spaces in other areas. So there's only certain things that you can do, but the back four in the first half wasn't in sync at all.
We'll go to TT, and Lawrence and Spongs will be ready to close.
Thank you, Vina. Good evening, colleagues. Good evening, Coach. Tamba Shabalala, Joseph from Sports. Coach, I just want to find out something quickly about the damage mentally. Just give us a picture about what changes did you have to bring immediately after conceding a goal so early, based on the game plan that you had throughout the day. How much of that changed all through everything that Stuart worked on that just threw it out of the window? And second one, Coach, I know that I might be probably going on the side way, winning the case about the games that were not played. That's something that affects you directly now that you have to do some extra planning and look into those games now realistically. How much does that mean to you and the club?
Well, the first one, look, yeah, of course, conceding a goal like that, and we have to say it was out of the blue. It wasn't one that, Golden Arrows did anything fantastic and we said, oh, wow, but let's keep on playing. Yes, it does. It does give you a bit of a mental smack. I would like to say it doesn't. I would like to say, no, we just get on with the game. We've got 80 minutes left to play. But it does. It gives you a smack. And maybe that affects confidence. And the confidence in the context of the game was not great because we lost too many balls. We didn't show the quality. We didn't keep the team together. So we felt at half time that to get back at them, we had to try and take the game back, and that was by moving the team further up the field and creating more situations around their goal. We didn't quite get there, and that's, again, I think that's due to the quality. With regards to the case, look, I was just glad that we get to play those games. The logistics of the games, we'll solve that as we go along. I think that should have been a little bit of a motivation for the players, and I think it's the conclusion. It's the conclusion that we all wanted. So, we want to play the games. We want it to be decided on the field, and we want the opportunity to play for those points. I think that's in sport. That's the basis of sport. You want the results to be decided by sport. You don't want a pitch invader or a power failure or a bad decision by an official. You want it to be done in a sporting way, and I think we will get that opportunity now.
Lawrence and Spongs for closing. Lawrence.
Coach Lorenzo from Idoski Times.
Hi.
Just on that, what you just mentioned about obviously the arbitration ruling giving you guys 2 extra games.
Yeah.
Is that something that perhaps affected the psyche of the players in terms of pressure?
Yeah.
Because realistically, there was this whole media and the fans getting excited about mathematically still being able to challenge Sundowns. And secondly, you rely on experienced players in times like this where you need a result. Do you feel disappointed by the fact that some of these more experienced guys who you should be able to rely on as kind of disappointed you because it was a very poor performance today?
The first one, maybe it has some sort of effect. It's difficult to know, isn't it? I mean, you like to think that the group of players that you're working with can adapt to different situations, and to find out that yes, we are getting the games to play. We're getting a fair crack of the whip there. Now let's let that reflect in their desire to want to take 3 points tonight. Yes, there was speculation, and the speculation is based on the fact that with those 2 games, there's a potential 6 points, and with a game against Sundowns, there's a potential 3 points that we could take there. But the sensible person knows that is a possibility, not a probability. And so we had to do our job tonight and every other game to keep the pressure on Sundowns. Now, I think that pressure is minimal. It's probably now almost it's negligible, and they can kick on and they can relax in their games. Now, we wanted it to be the opposite. They going into the games with a lot of hype and with a lot of worry that if they slip up, that someone will be there to take advantage of it. Now, that's not the case. You don't know how much that affects the game tonight, but I would like to think that we're strong enough to get through that.
Thank you, Coach.
Sorry, about the experienced players. Yes, you do. Of course, you do. When things don't go right, when you do concede a goal in the beginning of the game, that you want the experienced players to rally round. And we threw on a few of the younger ones towards the end, and it's not fair to judge them on that going in when the team is not playing well. It's not fair to judge Bebo or Machini and people like that when the team is not playing well.
Thank you, Coach. Who's that closing, Robin?
Coach, having played against Pirates almost 2 weeks ago, did you expect such a result that your boys, the drive, the determination won't be the same? And also with Golden Arrows now, you're gonna play them again.
Yeah.
The stadium, the venue is big. In terms of distance, there is a gap. But when you come to Durban, they're gonna use a small venue for the distance will be smaller.
Yeah.
Do you expect them that they will stifle you once again in the second leg? I don't expect a poor performance from our players when we go to
to their place. No, I don't. I expect a marked difference, and whether it's the same players playing when we go there, I don't know. That'll show itself later. But after the Pirates game, you always run a risk of, after the big battle, the next one is difficult. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I've been reading all week that the players are sharp and they're hungry and they're wanting to do well. I can't give you any sort of explanation why good quality players show such inaccuracy in their passing in this particular game. It was a physical game. Yes, Golden Arrows, they didn't commit a lot of players forward when they didn't have good possession of the ball, but they did get forward quickly when they broke on us. So I think it was a physical game, but I don't think that explains the fact that we lost the ball as many times. I've never seen us lose the ball that many times. Part of that credit goes to the Golden Arrows. Part of that blame goes to our players that we just weren't careful enough, and we weren't relaxed enough on a slick surface.
Members of the media, is there anybody I missed?
Can I still one, Vina?
It must be a very quick one.
Yeah, very quick one. Coach, Keegan Dundee spoke about teams not being intimidated anymore coming to play Kaizer Chiefs at FNB because it's the same as playing like Arrows. It was still the same as playing in Durban because there's no fan, there's no element that gives Chiefs that edge. Do you have an opinion on that, maybe?
I think if you look globally, Spongs, if you look globally, the teams and during the lockdowns and the empty stadiums, I think the teams that have the most fervent fans have probably suffered most. I know Liverpool without their fans was a completely different proposition. Having said that, I still think that we should demand from ourselves the professionalism and the professional performance to negate that. I don't think we should say we're only a good team if we've got our fans. We should want to play for our fans anyway. I think it's a tragedy that the fans are not in the stadiums. I do, honestly, but at the same time, that's maybe a little bit selfish of us because we know we get great support. But I think we should still have that motivation. He's right in terms of the opponents probably enjoy the game more coming to an empty FNB on a beautiful pitch on a beautiful evening and can play quite relaxed. He's probably correct on that. But from our own point of view, our performance has to be better than it was tonight, with or without fans.
Coach, hard luck tonight. All the best going to Chippa United in your next game.
Thank you.
All the best, Coach. Members of the media, good night, and we'll see you again after the FIFA week. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, Vina.